Hello, I'm Sam, and I will share with you a creepy story that happened to me. So,
we're going back to these things, are we? Okay, so this one's a bit of an interesting one. So, we all know the channel My Story Animated. I've done a video on one of their ones before, yada yada. We don't really care too much about the details. But essentially, one of the most popular videos, the second most popular one, was made a month ago, has 11 million views. It's called I Got Stuck Inside My Crush's Locker and I Saw Everything. Earlier today, they released another video called I Got Locked in My Crush's bathroom and I Saw Everything. They're reusing a story for another video a month after, almost 2 months after the first one, just because it got them a lot of views. You know what? I've got an idea. I reckon, what video should I do again? Oh yeah, that video that's now my most popular one, the My Hot Babysitter Became My Girlfriend one, that one with 200,000 views. Oh yeah, that got recently demonetized permanently. And the video's dying. That's a good idea. Let's make another one. It's been over a month since I've made that one. Let's watch it again. This time, give it less of a reason to be demonetized. If you guys genuinely want me to see through that again, I mean, there's a poll up there. It's most likely going to get a bunch of no's, but hey, if it gets a bunch of yeses, I'm not going to debate against it. I will happily take up the opportunity to get more views. Anyway, we're going to go over these two and see some similarities, eh? Let's get to it.
I'm a 17 years old high school student, and I have a crush on a guy called Ben. He doesn't know it yet, but I'm planning on telling him soon. Ben and I share most of our classes. Well, honestly, I joined the classes that he did just so that I get closer to him.
Isn't that like a bit creepy? Like, yeah, I can understand that you have a crush and all, but isn't it just a bit too far to purposely join all of his classes just because?
I think Ben thought I'm weird because I ended up in all of his classes.
I mean, that would be an understandable case to make, because remember what I just said? It seems creepy for you to be in every single one of his classes, you know?
Today at school, I bumped into him, and he made a disgusted face and walked away.
Maybe because he thinks you purposely did that. I mean, you are in every single one of his classes as you described just beforehand. Also, look at that smirk smile on her face. He's like, yes, I like that.
I knew it would be hard to confess straight to his face, so I had to write him a letter instead.
How would that change anything?
I prepared a pink letter covered with red hearts. I expressed all my
Oh yeah, that's gonna convince him. Woo-wee, it's gonna convince him that he should go out with you. Woo-woo.
feelings to him in it. Next morning, when I came to school, and I went to Ben's seat and left the letter in his backpack. As I walked out, the whole school was talking about how Ben and Stacy started dating. My heart was shattered.
Yes, let's zoom in on the frame. The non-animation zoom, you know?
I felt hopeless, so I ran to the bathroom.
Oh, and now, what was that transition? It wasn't even like a full transition. It was like a few blocks came through, but it didn't like do a full transition. It did a half-assed transition, and then all of a sudden, we've got multiple frames of animation. They're still pretty bad frames, but multiple frames of animation.
And cried my eyes out.
And now we're back to no frames of animation. Couldn't you be like animated the tears or something?
Then I washed my face and dried it with
but they can't animate water apparently.
toilet paper on my way out. Did you see Sam? She's totally into you. She burst into tears when she saw you with Stacy.
So this is how you, what's gonna happen here? You're gonna follow them just because you have to know what they're saying about you? Jeez.
What did I just hear? Are they laughing at me?
I mean, you didn't discreetly say that they laughed at that thing being said, but now you are, so maybe.
I tried to listen through the door, but it wasn't clear enough, so I had to walk in. I snuck in quietly while the boys were showering.
Wouldn't have someone noticed? Wouldn't someone hear, let's say, a door or just something that made it clear someone else was in there now?
I approached Ben's locker just to see what he keeps there. I saw his name on the locker, so I
Jobs, Ben Jobs.
opened it.
Well, it just changed to Jobs, Ben Charles.
And I heard
And now it's back to Jobs, Ben. And there's also a Ben one off in the corner there. Like, do you see it over here? Just Ben, Jobs, and Ben.
the water turn off, and the boys were coming towards the lockers. I freaked out, so I hopped in the locker hoping that Ben won't open it.
Now that's a recipe for disaster. Now think about it this way. The lockers is where they keep their clothes. And they were just having a shower. Doesn't it make sense they're gonna go into his locker? Like, did you not put two and two together there? Or you just like, in the locker, he won't open it.
And there he was, standing like a model in a white towel, drying his hair with another towel. I melted. I have to admit, even though he laughed at me, my heart was racing, but I'm not sure if it was because I'm in his locker and about to get caught, or because he is so damn handsome. All the boys started opening.
Really? Is that the best way they can express how good looking this person supposedly is by zooming in and out of their picture?
Their lockers, so I planned to act like I fainted in the locker. But my eyes couldn't let go of Ben as I saw him opening the locker in front of the one in which I was, which also said Ben. OMG.
Could you have not like said, oh my god, or something different than just what you'd put in text? OMG, like that is not what people use. Jeez, it literally hurts my soul when I hear people say that. Like, come on, can't you just like say, oh my, like it's the same with people saying lol in real life. It's like, then laugh. If it was a laugh out loud thing, then laugh out loud. Don't just go lol. Like, imagine how unentertaining and disinteresting these videos would be if I just went lol at every opportunity instead of laughing half-ass a laugh.
Am I that stupid to forget that my brother's name is also Ben?
Apparently so. It's what you're telling us here.
I was so blinded by Ben that I hopped into my own brother's locker. I hate myself. I even sniffed his underwear.
Why the... Why is that a detail you have to include? I mean, you could have just been thankful that you didn't get yourself caught. You haven't been perpetually screwed over for trying to get to your crush. No, you have to make it blindstagingly obvious you sniffed your brother's underwear.
What is wrong with me?
Everything.
Ew! I got sick and wanted to throw up, but holding it in just made it all worse.
Well, why'd you hold it in? You didn't take that. Yes, I understand it's to not get caught, but...
The boys finished dressing up and left the shower room. I jumped out right away to breathe some fresh air and tried to walk out, but the shower room was locked.
Also, there is a door on the shower. Why would there be a lock on it? And why would, why would the lock on it be used throughout the day? Unless this is after school. Like, why would it get locked after a set of people use the showers? Like, do they lock it, clean it, and then open it back up again or something? Come on.
I decided to go through Ben's stuff and wait
Well, back at this again, are
for
we?
someone to come open the door. What excuse do I have for being in the boys' shower room?
Either way, he's screwed. Because I can't swear.
Well, at least I had Ben's stuff there to explore. I opened his locker, found his t-shirt, and felt so happy. Indifferent to the fact that I was locked up in there.
Oh my god! You are a literal creep.
Anyway, I found a cute album, so I decided to open it. And I couldn't believe what I saw. I dropped the album and just stood there shaking. I picked it up again to see if what I saw was correct. And there were my pictures. Pictures of me eating. Pictures of me going to bed. Pictures of me changing clothes. Was he stalking me?
I mean, you're sure as hell stalking him, so the stalker's being stalked by the stalker's being stalked by the person they are stalking. That is like Inception levels of what the hell.
But Ben is a stalker? Is it really Ben? I can't believe this. I even couldn't feel love to him anymore. I felt creeped out.
I mean, you've been doing the exact same thing to him for like how long now?
The sun went down and the shower room started to get cold, and I was all alone with no backpack and no phone, stuck in that cold place with that horrible fact. I just waited for my brother to notice that I'm not home and decided to take a nap on the floor just to kill time. Then I heard some noises outside. I waited for the sound to get louder so I can call for help.
Oh, also, could we like acknowledge the fact that the lockers didn't have a lock on them?
But maybe it was just the wind. I kept trying to sleep. Then, I heard someone getting closer to the door. So I started screaming for help. And suddenly, in that silence, someone started breaking the door. I yelled, "Coach, is that you?" But to no avail. I started to feel a bit scared as I heard someone breaking the door. Once the door was open, I saw Ben standing there, and he said, "Finally, you're all mine now."
Give me a moment to process this, but... So you're telling me the person who, technically speaking, she was stalking was, in fact, also stalking her? Like... what?
With a grin on his face. He must have noticed that I'm not in my bedroom to stalk me, so he came searching for me. Or was he stalking me from the very beginning?
Oh my god, you're thinking far too...
Please, let me go. I promise I won't tell anyone. I cried and fought for my life, kicked him somehow, and ran away. I kept running in circles. Sooner or later, someone must appear. I started to feel tired and realized he'll get tired soon too, so I can't give up now. I tried to hide somewhere to get some energy. I was so tired and hungry.
Well, you're not gonna get energy by just hiding. A simple bit of anxiety of being caught is probably going to be the thing that makes you more tired than anything. But okay, just hide somewhere, you'll be fine.
And put me in the front seat. He pointed a gun at me, threatening me that if I move, he'll shoot me. I was so
What? Okay, is now a gun involved? I don't even know if I want to finish this. But I will.
scared. I couldn't move either way. He took me to some cabin in the woods and tied me to a chair. He said that he loved me and will always love, and that he will take care of me forever, and that all I had to do is stay in that cabin. He is sick.
Again, I have to say it. It's quite literally a stalker being stalked by the person whom she was stalking.
But it still didn't feel right. Day by day, he woke up, handcuffed me, and went to school. And when he came back, he unlocked me, fed me, and took good care of me. He brought our homework to me and taught me everything they learned at school.
I'm not even sure what's happening here. Is he meant to be... What? This is getting more confusing than what it was before, and it was confusing before. He's giving her everything she needs to exist and not being forceful about anything. What?
I saw a post with my picture that said, "Missing." He took the iPad and said, "That's enough for today." He gave me a kiss on my forehead, turned off the lights, and handcuffed me again, just like he had always done. I laid my head on the pillow and started crying. He lied next to me and said, "It will be okay, I promise." At night, I heard a car driving, but for some reason, it didn't even alert me. When he left in the morning, Ben forgot to handcuff me, but I didn't want to run. I didn't want to go back home and school. I just wanted to stay with Ben.
Okay. What? What is happening here? She does want it, but she doesn't want it, but she does want it. What is... None of this makes sense. Ah, shoot.
I felt warm with him. I cleaned up the cabin and prepared food and took a shower and waited for Ben to come. When he came back to a cooking smell, he looked shocked. I ran to him and gave him a hug and said, "You're finally home." He didn't say anything and just silently started eating. After he'd eaten, I gave him some clean clothes and told him to take a shower so I could massage his back later. He did as I said without saying a word. I waited for him on the couch and thought about all the things I want to talk with him about.
This is getting more confusing by the minute.
He came out from the bathroom in his clean pajamas that I gave him and sat next to me on the couch. I patted his head and asked him if he'd like to drink something sweet, and he shook his head no, and just stared at me the whole time.
I didn't expect this at all, but what?
I asked him, "Aren't your parents angry that you didn't sleep at home for days?" He replied, My parents are alcoholics. I started telling him what a great person he is, and how I had a crush on him, and probably still do. He said, "But how? I kidnapped you." I know it is weird.
Okay, I'm officially undecided. We're done with that story. That is getting really weird. I don't want to get started on this one because I'm afraid it's just going to be the same thing.
New friends. Why, that night I slept cuddling it. The next morning I washed it and took it. I went inside and saw him showering while singing. I met a girl. She made me smile. She made me wait. "You can get out of the boys' shower now." I saw him blushing. I knew that he liked that I saw him with no clothes on. I wanted our first kiss to be somewhere romantic, not in the boys. I saw the letter N written on the side. Every move and documented.
Okay, so it's not the same story. It's the same premise. It's not the same story.
So I started taking pictures of him at school and kept an eye on him. After 1 week of collecting evidence to prove Noah's guilt, the police came to my school. Finally, they came to get him. I admit I liked Noah, but I didn't like being stalked by anyone. 2 police officers approached me, and I was ready to show them the evidence when they said, "Young lady, you have to come with us. You're under arrest." What? They want to
Okay, so it has a similar presence.
Wait. To my shock, it was none other than... As I was staring at him, I caught him staring back at me.
Okay,
gone.
so...
Do anything without evidence. So I decided to collect the needed evidence to prove it. Saw it. Also, Noah and his friends noticed that I followed him everywhere and informed the principal. Dakota said she'd warned me many times, but I ignored her. No, that can't be true. She's lying. Then I said, what about the romantic Instagram posts? And about Noah sneaking into the girls' bathroom and that little note? Then Noah looked nervous and said, "It was meant for someone else, I admit. I sneaked into the bathrooms, but the note was meant for Dakota. I like her." What? He has a crush on Dakota? My world shattered in seconds. I lived there. I couldn't believe what I heard. When I came by a few weeks ago, he looked confused and took my parents aside and talked to them. After that, I went home to my parents and they told me that I will go with them to see a psychologist, and everything that happened to me happened only in my head and nothing was real. That we will have more meetings.
Okay, so it has a similar this new version of it has a similar presence of the, "Hey, I got locked in a bloody thing." It has the same stalker vibe, but it's reversed and really weird. And anyway, guys, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to leave a like down below. If you haven't already, subscribe. You know, the good old stuff. And if you want to support the channel a little bit more, there is also the join button now available. Been available for months, but I don't advertise it enough. Anyway, until next time, guys, see ya.